Alright guys, so this is my, I'm not sure what year it is. I think let's actually check. It is a 95 BMW 325 or E36, you know, most of you guys call it that. This is my new daily. You know, it's an automatic, which sucks. You can see it. Little auto magic. But I got it for cheap, so you know it's all right. And it came with a bunch of parts to fix because there's some things wrong with it, and I don't know. I'm actually gonna like flip this car. It's not gonna be like a daily for that long. I'm actually going to flip it. But let me start off. It has the M3 body kit. It doesn't have the side skirts, but it does have the M3 rear bumper too. Got a little wing on it. Problems, you know, there's some clear coat problems, but nothing like too bad. I mean, it's an old car, it's all right. But it's really basic. The interior, it's not too bad. I got some work clothes on here. The seat is worn, but it's an old car. If it was black, you wouldn't even be able to tell that it's been worn. The front seats, the driver's seat, it's worn, yeah. Passengers about the same, but other than the seats, it's pretty clean. There's a little droop here. I ripped that off. I ripped the sunroof lining off because it was like stapled or whatever. Couldn't open it. It has, I believe, 208,000. Yeah, 208,000. Which, like, if you guys know BMW, like, that's fairly low, you know. Oh shit, let me turn that off. But for this, I'm really just gonna fix, there's like a leak on one of the fuel lines on the bottom. I have all new fuel lines for it. The driver door lock does not like work, so I can't lock the driver's door. Like, and there's actually a problem where I can lock all the doors by doing the trunk. If you guys know, like E36s, if you lock the trunk, it locks all the other doors. And I can do that, but I cannot, it doesn't unlock all the doors, it just locks them. So, and then when I go to open the driver's door, I can't do it. So what I got to do is unlock the passenger door by the key and then reach in, turn the ignition on, and then it unlocks all the doors. So, you know, BMW or any German car got its electrical issues. But as for how it is, it's gonna look exactly like this. The back's a little tall, but I don't know if it's because of the struts or something. I don't know. But I got fuel lines for it. I'm gonna replace on Wednesday, I think. Today is Tuesday, so tomorrow. And then both the front struts I have the lock for the door, like the whole assembly. Like, I gotta take apart the door and do the whole assembly. And then after those, I'm just like, I don't know, it's for sale, so whoever wants to buy it, I'm probably gonna try to get like 25 out of it. I'm not really sure. Let me show the rest of the car. I've only been showing the left side. As you can see, there's no like major, like there's nothing really too major with it. There is like a little dent, like it's a little dented right here, but like that's only because I was right next to it. But if you're like way back here, you can't even tell. The fog lights, one of the fog lights is out. It's just little things. There is actually something kind of major, but not too bad, is someone has cut up all these like tail light wires on both sides. Oh, actually this one they only did one wire, but what happened was, I guess they went out, so they made this big long wire that goes underneath this plastic piece and comes all the way up to here, and then it like they spliced it. But I don't know why they like cut all these wires and then twisted them. Like, it made no sense. And last night I was actually driving the basketball and none of the tail lights were working. Like, I literally was driving and there was a guy behind me. He kept flashing me, and he's like he just kept flashing me, and I didn't know what he was doing. Like before I left the house, like all my lights work. Like I always check my lights because I'm not trying to get pulled over. But I pulled over to see like if something was hanging. Nothing's hanging, and all of a sudden I realized, oh, my tail lights aren't on, and it's because actually I don't know what it was because, but all I had to do was they worked when I got the car, and I realized this long wire, and I was like, all right, whatever. Well, on this side, so I guess they wired the tail light. This wire's for the tail light, like which is only the center light, I believe, or it's one of these two down here, or I think it's this one. So this one was for the tail lights, so or the parking lights, whatever you want to call them, the running lights. That's what this is for. So someone wired into this one so it can power this one. But the thing is, the wire that is for this one wasn't connected. It was just hanging here, and I was like, all right, well, you know. And this is like, I'm halfway to basketball. It's nighttime. I didn't want to drive home because I wanted to go to basketball. So I'm like, what can I do? So all I did was strip the little wire that's for this one and twist it around them, and now they both work. So I don't know what's going on with the lighting. It's just, I guess E36s have problems with the way like the light housing is set up in like the harness or whatever. But you know, nothing I can do. For now, it's just a daily. E21, I don't know if you guys remember, white E21's been gone. That's been gone for like almost 2 years now. It's really been like 2 years since I posted. Actually, no, I posted like a month ago. But the video of the gold E21, which if you can go back on my channel and see, that I sold, and then I bought this. So this is my new daily. I'm dailying it right now. Tomorrow I'm gonna fix everything. Actually, I'm gonna fix the struts for sure tomorrow, but the lock and the fuel lines, I'm not sure. The fuel line doesn't need to be fixed. It's just I have it, so why not? Like I have the parts, so why not? So this is her. I'll take a look at the engine bay actually. So engine bay, the struts for the hood do not hold. So if I let go, it falls. But you just got your normal M20, you know, or not M20, that's an E30, it's M50. I guess it has a cold intake, but it's, I don't know. Engine bay is a little dirty. I have the cover for that on the, or for the fuse pump, or not the fuse pump, the fuel panel, or the fuse panel, my bad. I have that inside the car. I just took it off last night to try to fix the lights. But it's pretty basic. It runs great. It has 208,000, which is like, that's decently low if you take care of it. Like these actually go, these last a while actually. But pretty basic. I mean, there's nothing special under here. But yeah, this is her. All the electric windows work, the sunroof works, the electric, what are they called? The mirrors, those work. So like everything works on this car. The only problem I'm having is I get hot air out of the right, because these have like a it has like a, you can adjust each side. So this is for the passenger, this is for the driver's side. But I'm having a problem where if I have the defrost on, so in defrost, it blow, and I don't have the recirculation on, it blows like cold air. Well, okay, no matter what, I get cold air out the driver's side. I get warm air out the passenger, but I get cold air out the driver. But when it's on defrost and the circulation is not on, it fogs up the driver's side, like only the driver's side. Like it just fogs up like really quickly. But when the recirculation is on, it like defrosts it. So it's like I always have to have the recirculation on, but it still blows cold air, and I'm trying to figure out why the passenger, I thought like a heater core, but it doesn't really make sense that if the heater core is out, it still blow hot air on the passenger side, but not the driver's side. I feel like it blow cold air like both, or not cold air, but like when heater cores go out, a lot of times it blows like fog on the windshield. but it's still warm. It's just like what is it called, humid, or like it's just wet air or whatever. But it's not blowing wet air, it's just like it just fogs the window. I don't know what it is. I may have to bleed the coolant a little bit. I don't know. I'm gonna start with bleeding the coolant. I'll probably do that today and see what happens. But for now, I'm about to take her home and try to bleed the coolant, and then get back to you on if anything has been fixed. Of course, you know, I got the car, and the first thing I did was install stereo. So I do have bass in this car, because every car I ever get has had the same setup. And I'll actually show you the setup. Right now I set it up just because I had like to go to basketball, which is like 20 minutes, and I didn't want to drive with no bass. So it's just a 10-inch Alpine Type R with a kicker amp. And right now everything is just kind of in there because I have the strut bar, so I can't push the sub back all the way like I want to. And there's no space to like take the strut bar off and then put the sub back and then put it back in. Like there's no room. So I just kind of put it in there. It's temporary. And I do have to, every time I stop, I have to unplug the remote wire, because I forgot to run a remote wire with the RCAs. And so I was like, oh shit. And if you own an E36, taking all the wires from the deck and running them down inside the dash and there, oh shit, running them down the dash and into the like under here. I actually ran it under here, and it sticks out here, but it's whatever. But if you know, trying to get them down, like there's like this plastic piece that goes here, like from here, and it just goes straight back, and there's not like much room to put wires down. Like there's the factory radio harness, and like there's like a little slim thing. So it took me like 10 minutes to try to take the RCAs and like stick one down, and then like I had to like take all this shit up and like try to pull it under here, and then it was a hassle. But I got it. And I'm happy, because that's pretty much the first thing I do with every car, is I make sure the radio and the stereo works. Unless it's a drift car, like my E30, that doesn't have a radio. It doesn't even have an interior or whatever. But there's going to be videos coming up about the E30 soon, actually in the summer. And let's see, I got the E30 coming. I also have my high school car, which was a '88 Ranger. I'm gonna try to get running. I'll actually what I'm gonna do is, after this video, I'm gonna like insert like pictures. Well, I'm gonna do like a slow-mo of this car, I guess, or well, I forgot what it's called. But I'm gonna show this car, show everything, and then I'll actually insert the new builds that are coming this summer, hopefully. The plan is to have them back, because right now they're at my parents' house. I haven't touched them for like since I moved out. I moved out in 2015, it's 2018, for like 3 years. The plan is get those back, work on them, get them running, and then, you know, I'm gonna start this channel. I'm gonna start posting, you know, depending on work and like the money, I'm gonna try to get into at least once a week for now. It's just, I don't know. Right now, you know, I'm 20, working full time, don't really have time. But I will keep you guys update and make sure you guys know what's going on. That's it.